disgusting.
It absolutely is. You're looking at a lot of low mobility champions, the Karma, the Jhin, the Rise. It is instead going to be the Syndra, so playing more for that 1v1 matchup. Anyone on Furia is in a position to respond, though, because Toots is low, and he's going to flash in onto Saint. The Ghost popped immediately. Saint is going to get solo killed. It's first blood there.
Good elsewhere, despite the mid lane going a bit awry.
Yeah, and now it's going to be a fight in mid lane. This time the scatter does connect. Toots trying to kite it back. Inspired looking like he wants to finish him off. Saint goes forward, picks up the aggro on the tower. Might get killed by the minions. Very close.
The top camp there. Inspired already level 6, getting Dragon, going to be able to go move back in towards his own jungle. And as you say, like, this is the version of LYON that I think is the scariest, where Inspired is getting to pick up the dragons, getting to play through his own jungle. But Furia, they want to get active on this top side.
Oh, I don't know about this, though. A couple tower shots going on to Gigo. Dokla has cleared out the wave. There's 4 members here top. We'll see if Dokla can get out. You can see members moving up to try to help him. Dokla going to be in some trouble, though. It does get rooted up, and he is going to get knocked down there. 2 more as Dokla's just down on that bot side pushing. And has that Ocean Dragon, early Ocean Dragon, always going to feel really nice. Now the Realm Warp going to be coming in. Gigo trying to set it up here for Toots. The knockup is good, and Dokla is gone. Another easy. They're playing pretty poke heavy, and it can't be Hextech. So we'll see what they roll. But that might have earned them the Herald here, as it looks like we're seeing multiple members from LYON just going back for the base. Gigo going to flash in here. Dokla's going to try to get out of dodge. We'll see if he can outplay it. Looking for the sidesteps, running back and forth, trying to get some space here. The knockback is still not there. Dokla can't avoid the decimating smash.
And he's the biggest tank killers, but we've already got a bit of a scrap here for Tatu.
Yeah, Tatu going to have to use the immunity very early on the scatter. Gigo trying to create some space moving forward here as they reclaim space here in that river. Dokla coming in from the side. Gigo's going to get sectioned off. They're looking for him. Pops the ulti, but cancels it very quickly. Wants to stay around for the fight. Isles on the side is taking a ton of damage from Ayu, and Isles is going to have to go back to base, you think. It sneaks in the shot. Jhin takes him down, and Tatu flashing in onto safe, but he's taken out by the curtain call. Beautifully played there from the Jhin. Inspired falls as well. Berserker is in trouble. Trying to take down Ayu. Uses the exhaust, shifts to the side, does get a kill. Dokla fighting against Gigo here, trying to survive. Berserker has fallen. And it is only Dokla alive as Furia will wipe LYON from the map here, taking him down. The question is, can they even get the Maybe those LYON players could have actually survived and looked to try to turn it around, but we're setting up here once again. And it is going to be Furia claiming the dragon, as this time LYON just playing for sides.
I thought LYON might have actually taken the fight.
It is Saint now picking up that rocket belt, so prioritizing a little bit of mobility. He has been the target, it feels like, in a lot of these scraps. Tatu always going straight for him as Inspired going in. Tatu in trouble, gonna pop Call of the Pack. The root is there, the Jhin ult is popped. Inspired has got to run, but can he survive? He's shot out of the air. It's duck hunt here for Ayu as they want even more. Isles is going back in, Saint over the side, hits the scatter, but the Karma shields just say no, and another deadly flourish is gonna connect. Ayu is on fire. LYON with this comp, when you fall behind, you just don't have enough damage to actually get those initial kills, and it feels like this game is quickly here for Furia. LYON gonna have to try to find some big plays. They're looking now. Isles goes in onto Ayu. Ayu's in trouble. It's a great McHale from JoJo, but it is not enough. Dokla will fall. In comes Inspired. They're looking for more. Call of the Pack gonna get popped here as Toots is gonna arrive with the Realm Warp. Berserker goes straight on him. He has the exhaust. He wants the fight. The scatter is gonna land. Toots is in a lot of trouble here, but the shield's coming in from JoJo. He's gonna have to flash out, but here's Inspired, and LYON are on the hunt. The flash is forced. Toots and JoJo barely survive, but as LYON get their first kill in a long time.
Yeah, they get the mid lane tower as well, but because Guigo wasn't there, he gets the push in that bottom side and manages to take
feels like as Berserker trying to clear out these Baron minions, but it's a difficult job for an Israel.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
5v5s, and now that Jhin damage is going to get ramped up massively with that.
What is Furia? But Furia just not giving it to them.
Yeah, they absolutely are not. Saint has reached 16, has the components for the death cap, but does not have the death cap, and Furia are on the Baron here. Tatu and JoJo just trying to zone them away. This has been spotted out by LYON. We'll see if Furia want to commit to it. It's down a bit below half HP as Furia trying to turn. The curtains get called. Saint immediately flashes over as Gigo's ulting into the back line, chasing after Berserker and Isles. Isles is caught, and Isles is dead. Can't get anything off. The scatter going to land there onto Gigo, but he gets shielded up. The Deadly Flourish this time will not arrive. The Realm Warp comes in. Inspired's looking for him, but Inspired's going to get knocked up. He's in trouble as Saint on the side gets killed by Tatu. Inspired has to run, and LYON's got to get out of there. JoJo flashing back, pops the heal. It's 2 for 0, though, for Furia. I
don't know if you can do particularly much here, as Duke's going to find him.
Gonna try to delay. Tatu over the wall though. Toots there as well. The exhaust gonna get used by Berserker. Toots is in some trouble. Inspired arrives. The Baron is still alive, but now FURIA is in trouble. Have they gone too far? Isles catches JoJo, and this could be bad for FURIA. But big ulti. IU have been playing an incredible game, but flash too far does get punished for it. And Tatu looking to try to set up for this 50-50 smite. Inspired wants to push him out. Kigo is in the pit. It's gonna be taken there by Tatu, gets another smite, and now Inspired's in trouble. The Realm Warp's coming in. There's the big Cataclysm as Berserker gets pushed back. Saint is running for the hills. They do take down Tatu. One-man advantage for now, but Berserker create that safety, but he was rooted up there by Isles as LYON looking for more. Tatu jumps away from the engage, but in comes Gigo with the teleport. Will LYON commit to the fight? For now, they're going to back off, but the Science says, no, you cannot do that. And it is Inspired being caught. Flag and drag back through. Toots on the side could be in trouble. It's a big ulti from Isles. It's Toots standing. It's Toots fighting. And it's Toots winning for now. Into the GA goes Inspired. Berserker on the side trying to take down Gigo, but Gigo is so damn tanky. Finally, though, the Baron gets aggro, and it's going to be the 6th man and help out LYON. IU calls the curtains, looking for Isles. Isles will fall. Berserker takes the 4th shot, almost just dies from full with a fist to the back of the head there from Sion. It's very difficult to get to IU, so it is not easy, but LYON are fishing here.
We go on the bottom side, though. Look for the engage on Dokla with that ultimate. Seeing if he can get the 1v1 once again.
I mean, he's winning that 1v1 heavily. Now they're going to try to TP in and back up Dokla. Dokla is going to get that assistance here. We'll see if they can actually make the play happen as they do arrive. But IU is here as well. IU flashes in and deletes Saint. And now the curtain's getting called. Good sidesteps here from Dokla, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He is slowed down on the other side of the map. FURIA starting up the Baron will be pushed back, but it's 5 versus 3 on the map. And when is the last time you saw the Jhin assassinating the Syndra as Inspired is going to try his luck, flashes in, gets a 1k shutdown. The healing is huge. That just might buy them some time to stay alive. But LYON just looking to go bot lane and play for the map because they cannot stop this Baron whatsoever.
The outplay from FURIA in the bottom side with IU showing
be up for this dragon spawn. So maybe we could see LYON go and just try to rush down that dragon. I think that is going to be the idea. Rush down the dragon, deny the soul, bring yourself the soul point, and then try to delay. But Isles out on the map. Isles is going to get caught. He is trying to get vision, and Isles might just give away a freebie, and he does. That is devastating for LYON because now that kill on IU means nothing. And they're going to lose soul as well.
And I was about to say, Inspired got the shutdown on IU as well. Immediately gets a Hex Drinker, which means he's able to play a little bit further up in these fights. He's trying to look for the steal.
Gets knocked out of the flag and drag, trying to pull back. Berserker is here, Saint is here, Dokla is here. They're going to try to punish Gigo, but he is so tanky. Inspired goes forward, looking for Tatu. Eyes on the dragon now. It's going to come down to the smite fight. Can Tatu get it once again? He's going for it, and he gets it! It's the soul, but it's a kill on the other side. Toots trying to make a big play here. Inspired blocking the shots. Berserker shifts forward. Toots goes into the Zonias, but he's taken down. IU knocked up by Inspired. Inspired and Berserker are fighting, and on the other side, Saint is running for his life against this Sion. He's got to get out of there. Gigo was the target at the start of the fight, and he is just never going to die. Berserker shifting away. They're trying to whittle him down. Isles is back now. Tatu needs to get over there and help him out. Saint is low, but he goes into the stasis. Isles with the Pop Blossom. It gets immune by the call of the pack. Berserker shifts away, trying to survive. They're going to get the kill, and still, Gigo cannot take down Saint. Gigo running for his life now, trying to go for the recall. It will not be allowed. LYON standing, LYON fighting, and LYON finally gonna take down this raid boss, you have to think, but Gigo refuses to die. This man better drop some good loot. His full 7-item build here. Berserker is strong, but they're gonna look for IU, and IU has no flash. He's caught out in mid lane, and IU is down. And that is a big time.
As they push in, the wave clear from Toots has to be enough. But the tower is not sticking around for long.
The tower is dying fast, but Inspired is tanking it up, and Inspired could be in some trouble. Gigo gonna get targeted. Isles goes forward, and he catches Toots, and Toots is just gone! Control, Alt, Delete, says Saint as he knocks down the Rise, who has been in a thorn in his side all game long. We'll see, though, 3 members strong here from FURIA trying to hold on. That is a tanky sign as Inspired moving in. Gets the knock-up onto JoJo. It's eyes on the tower. We do see him coming back in the GA. Dokla's arrived with a teleport. They don't have a wave. I don't know if they can finish. Did LYON go too far? They're so damn tanky on the side of FURIA. They're trying to make it happen, but the Jhin is almost back. Tatu is low, but he goes into the call of the pack, and LYON have got to run for it. The Jhin is back up, and the question is now, can they...
until Baron, you get a reset, but maybe not Dokla, who's forced to flash away.
Flash follow there from Gigo. Dokla stayed around, and Dokla may have just cost LYON big.
In finals was, hey, you know, push out that wave bot, especially for Inspired, and then hide in the enemy jungle, try and look for these big flanks towards Dragon. May be the call here once again for LYON, because they need some magic.
You can see Isles is wrapping around the back of the Dragon, looking for a potential angle as the curtain is going to get called here. Inspired tanking up 1, Inspired tanking up 2. How many more shots can he take, though? If you eat that 4 shot, you're going to be going low, and he is, in fact, down to half health. Berserker shifting forward, just trying to get as much focus as they can. As Gigo's going to go for it. Gigo goes in, but it gets blocked by the clone. Inspired knocked up. Toots and Tatu on the side. This Dragon is low. It's been Toots winning it, but this time it's Saint! And the fight breaks out, and there it is. Isles with the Bomb Blossom! That might just seal it, but Toots on the side trying to make something happen. Berserker shifts in, but the Realm Warp saves him. LYON are on the hunt, and FURIA run for the hills. Inspired miss smite after smite as Tatu is winning out, but the one that matters most is the one he takes. LYON looking for JoJo. Good sidestep, will stay alive, but this time it's a 2v5. They held with 3. Can they hold with 2? Not looking like they're going to be able to, as Isles going forward, lands the root. Dokla jumps in. Toots is going to stand. Toots is going to fight, and he's going to get a free kill. A good start to it. Potential defense here on the line as Toots moving forward, looking for Inspired. But their eyes are just on the towers. The towers are gone. The Nexus is exposed. Berserker shifts in and seals the deal with a kill. Berserker goes on a rampage, and a wild game 1 came down to a smite. It could be. We'll see if they're really cooking. They could also just be trolling us with the hover.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. So, yeah. So it looks like they will flex the Cassiopeia to the bottom lane, in towards the Ziggs.
How far does he have to go to become the NA GOAT, potentially? As Isles is actually only level 2 here, and he's stuck in the miasma, and it's looking like he is just dead. No hook shot. Berserker fighting on the side against Ayu. As in comes Saint, there's battles on either side. Saint getting pushed back by Toots. Inspired gonna have to clone away. Good dodge there. Now hook shots in, stuns Tatu. Crash down though onto Isles. Has to run for it. Still level 2, mind you, burning, and it's the flash in from Toots.
He hasn't really got any of the levels himself, actually sitting behind Isles when it comes towards the experience, but Isles stepping forward.
Yeah, Isles stepping forward, and Isles gonna be another kill there. As Tatu back, the Tatu could still be in the area.
Yeah, I just don't know what the game plan was for us. Like, your jungler had already pulled off, you're level 3, you know the Tatu's 6, and ends up just giving across a kill, so Tatu going to pick up a bit. FURIA have to try and cover for this top dive. JoJo going to be able to get there, but again, only level 3. Needs to be careful.
Nara into the wall, great buffer, but in comes the Ziggs ult. A well-played dive here is going to be set up by Isles. Dokla jumps forward, grabs a second, and in comes Saint. The satchel knocking him back into the ult there from Saint. And Tatu flashes forward, looking for Dokla. Will be able to get it. Isles and Berserker in the area. Ayu has arrived. Looks like the fighting may dissipate. Inspired baiting with the clone there. Toots thought he was running into a clone, but he was running into Inspired as Tatu is back on the Krugs, and it means that the Aurora has to flash here for LYON if they commit to the play.
Dokla gets the stun.
Gets the stun, does scoop him into the wall, flashes back, but in comes Tatu, and Tatu should surely finish the job. The teleport going to be in here to answer. Toots on the side, chunking out Isles, and Isles is going to have to just run for the hills. They do get the TP from Gigo, which really wasn't needed, because now you're giving up mid lane.
And then get the kill on bot, and then you would have been able to keep that trying to move down, though.
Yeah, Gigo is moving. He has no TP. Dokla does have his teleport, but we'll see if he's actually going to use it. Isles is going to be jumped on. Inspired should be able to just clone to safety, so another move that is going to be a bit of wasted time there. Is tower in Mega. It would be wildly risky. I think maybe if you have 3 or 4.
On the top side to get that tower as well. And now we're committed to the Rift Tower.
Yeah, they're going for it. The Herald is already gone, but can they get the fight? Gigo is the one being focused down. Isles going to get burst out, though. The first kill goes the other way. In comes the Galio ultimate, knocking up multiple members. Dokla about to Mega out as LYON wants to get more. It's 1 for 0, though, for FURIA and the Herald, as LYON show up too late and get here for Gigo. No one from FURIA in the area. Going to go for it. Gigo does get stunned up by the hook shot and looks like he will be getting ran down. Has no flash, has no ult. And it's just a one.
That strength. And you got a 1k gold lead on Dokla. but Inspired's caught.
Yeah, they're going in on Inspired. They're going to try to burst him down. The Cyclone counter engage is very good as JoJo tries to flash away. Inspired will fall. Isles in trouble. He's dead now too. Dokla has Mega, but he's probably going to have to run. Here comes the Galio ultimate. Does arrive, but connects on no one. Berserker fighting as best as he can, but Gigo's going to take Dokla, who flashes out very late. This fight is a disaster for LYON. Saint flashes out, but he can't get away either. The Rylai's is doing so much work as FURIA chased down for kill after kill after kill. Breaking out, it looks like LYON are in the area, but deciding, you know what, we can't fight this. Instead, it is just going to be another kill onto Isles as he takes his 6th death of the game. Has been a tough one.
I was like, how expensive is GA these days? You know?
Saint maybe in some trouble here in the side lane. Remember, he has no flash, looking like he's going to get chased down. 4 members up here on the top side. Inspired was moving up to see if he could cover, but then they realized there's way too...
the map is for LYON, because it does become very tough when you're getting punched first.
Yeah, Saint going to lose half his health there. Should be able to walk this one out, I think, but instead they're going to go across the veil. They're popping all of the ultimates to knock him down. Inspired looking for the counter engages. Everyone shows up. Gigo is there. Berserker is trying to get involved here, but this fight is all FURIA all the time. Back-to-back kills. They're going to try to see if they can look for a steal here. Isles get some vision on it. Tatu is now back, and Inspired going to find that out with a fist to the face. Toots getting chunked down here by Berserker. Isles flashes in, drops the ultimatum, but I don't know if they have the damage. They do get a shutdown, and now it's going to be a bit of madness here as FURIA has to run. The teleport coming back, and FURIA thought it was their moment. Tatu still trying to see if he can claim this Baron, staying around, looking for the smite fight. He's into the pit, but it's going to be claimed by Inspired, and Tatu is going to pay the iron price for the attempt at the steal.
Tuts takes a step too far forward.
And if he doesn't need it, and if you do, obviously you upgrade that into the Zonias. Well, that's what the Seekers is for. You're trying to stay safe in that way. They're going to send it again on to Saint. Saint very far up, and Saint has no chance. No ability. It does feel like a little bit of that kind of first match nerves here. As Inspired going to find JoJo. Will get hit by the Shattering Strike, but Isles and Dokla are moving in. Berserker's coming up as well. They want to keep them involved. They're going to try to turn, though. They're trying to burst down Dokla before he can get the Mega. The ultimatum comes back. Great satchel from Berserker. Knocks Tatu back to his base. It's a double for Inspired, and LYON want more. They are hunting through the bushes. They spot Toots. Good sidestep there from Isles. The hookshot connects. He goes between worlds. He's trying to run for the hills, but he's on the wrong side of the map. Dokla's about to Mega out. Won't be able to burst him down just yet. The Steric's going to get popped. He's kiting. He is threatening here. Hookshot back up, and now they get the kill. Went back to base, has the teleport and the ultimate available, and Isles is going to be caught on the side, interrupted on the hookshot, and he is just food for FURIA. Tries to flank, but gets spotted and punished, and that is a big-time kill. Dokla moving back over, has no Narbar whatsoever to speak of. It will just be the third Dragon for either side, but Inspired wants to fight for it. He is going in behind. Toots is going to spend the ult on Dokla. Dokla needs time to base potentially and go back, but Inspired wants to fight right now. Here they go. The Zigzag comes through. Berserker goes on a rampage as Saint drops from the sky, but Inspired drops from the map. He's taken out. This should be the Dragon going to Tatu. Is going to be able to claim it and move themselves to...
As they look towards Toots.
I mean, two of the key parts of the combo. Oh, we're going to see them going on to Toots, and he's just dead, and he just completed his death cap. Miles kiting it out. LYON has the first move. The TP going to be coming in, and nice sidestep there for Miles, but is the hookshot back up? He's going to go back in. Dokla now trying to buy time, build that Narbar. Berserker, Saint, Inspired, everyone coming in to reinforce. Dokla about to make out, but they're going to try to just one-shot him, but he gets into the Mega. He stuns into the wall. The Zigzag lands, and the damage is coming through from LYON. Inspired in the backline, trying to survive, but he can't quite do it. It's IU crushing them. It's Berserker, the only one who can deal damage from this spot. Flashback in, multi-man taunt. They burst down Toots, but IU is rocking this fight. It's a double for Berserker. Saint goes back in with his dying breath, but Berserker is out of mana, and LYON cannot. The Dragon is spawning here in 30, so pretty critical.
Everywhere is LYON now in front of this Dragon. TP in. And it looks like JoJo might be caught.
Yeah, IU is really low as well. IU just got chunked out there by Berserker, and IU's trying to go back to base. The question is, does he have the teleport to rejoin once again? Completes the recall here. Dokla charging up that Narbar, and IU does have the TP. It's going to be spotted here. Toots looking for a potential flank here as Miles trying to set up. They do not see Toots whatsoever, and he could one-shot Berserker if he gets in. But Tatu goes early. Tatu gets taunted. Berserker into the stasis, trying to stay alive as Doka's in the backline. Ayu trying to kite it out. Here comes Gigo. He wants Berserker, but he can't find him just yet. In comes Saint with the hero's entrance. They're trying to chase for Ayu. They want JoJo. They want so much more. But the question is, can they actually lock him down and knock him down? JoJo's gonna fall. Ayu gets taunted up. Here comes Inspired, but he's stuck in the miasma. He's got a kite. Saint will be able to seal the deal. They get the kills. They get the dragon. They control the map. And LYON,
I feel like going to be the take on the inhibitor on a reset.
Yeah, we'll see how much they want to go for it. They're positioning to try to end the game, and they feel that there is an angle. Tatu's up in 5, Toots is up in 7, but Berserker is low with no Zonias. The first tower gets one shot, but Berserker has to be careful. Tatu just going to flash through the team, look to one-shot Berserker, but he can't do it. Toots misses everything. He goes in for Berserker, and he pays the price as Berserker blows him away. LYON, though, have no wave, and they won't be able to close it just yet. They can go mid and look for more.
Gigo has that public execution up and available, and there are very low health bars here. JoJo, the flash ultimate could be enough, but Dokla needs to be so careful. They don't want to give across more. Baron's up if they go down here.
Yeah, he's got to run. The boomerang's slow, but he gets connected on. Look at Isles coming in from behind, and the hero's entrance. Ayu into the Zonias, though, buying some time. Dokla goes mega, stuns him into the wall, and Ayu has fallen. And with that, maybe the hopes of FURIA. Gigo takes a couple to the grave with him, though, as JoJo is on the run. Berserker has returned, and Berserker is big man on campus. A full 6-item Ziggs means this game is over. LYON battling back and forth with FURIA, taking us to match point.
This series is insane. So back and forth.
Goes somewhat of a tanky build. You know, maybe he can get into a spot where he can kind of just win out in that 1v1 anyway, because Varus can kind of just outstat a lot of top laners.
Yeah.
Dokla has to be patient and let this push
and there's Inspired to try and help him push out, make sure that he's able to step up. But even, as you say, in the 2v2, I don't know if you win.
But the 2v2 is not going to be what he finds here, unfortunately, as Tatu completed the base. There's Dokla flashing away, and Gigo
thought a Tatu on the ward that was in the brush, so now finds him.
Yeah, it's going to be able to find him. Tatu just jumps right in. Dokla's going to pop Ghost. They're going to flash in on Dokla. Doka's in a world of trouble. They're trying to focus down Tatu. The first kill will go the way of LYON, but Gigo is 6. Inspired has to run. Going to be able to ward hop over, but he finds Toots and gets taken out. The Krugs, and Tatu is going to be starting up this dragon here. Saint is going to be able to sidestep the absconded duct and maybe get a good trade here, which could give him an angle to move in. He gets stunned up there. Inspired coming in. Nice kick to disengage. Tatu secures the dragon, and Toots just kind of...
Yeah, you can see Grigon not having the best of times here.
No, not at all. But Berserker does take a couple tower shots there, so he's put a little bit low.
Exactly, and that's the value for Dokla, right? Because now he's got significantly more safety. He doesn't have the Chains of Corruption for next little bit, but still, it's going to be FURIA now trying to respond to the tier 1 taken on the top side. They should be able to get this on the bot lane, but now push on mid as well. There's a lot of movement here from LYON.
Yeah, I mean, that is tough. LYON are just choking them out. The kills are even. The gold is very much in LYON's favor, though. Up over, and LYON are first to the scene. You can see Toots moving up from bot lane, trying to get behind them. Tatu just going to go in immediately onto Saint, but pops the Crescent Guard. He's getting nothing done. He's going to get kicked back to the team, and Tatu has sold his team down the river. Went in way too early on that one.
Well, there's your answer, Azael. LYON able to get the kick, but spotted on the ward.
Berserker, no flash. Toots does not have one either, though. Great sidestep from Miles, and that's going to mean nothing doing for FURIA. Because I'm not sure what Tatu saw. I mean, he just jumped on stage immediately, but your Lucian is mid, your Sylas is still walking from bot, the Olaf's not even there. Optimization makes a lot of sense there when there are so many melee champions here. And kiting out, you know, just even dodging one axe from an Olaf can make the difference as Ayu goes forward, but he does not like this trade. Ayu is just getting roasted by Berserker. Inspired on the side, has to use the kick for the disengage. Toots comes in, double TB coming in here from LYON. They want to fight. Ayu is out of this already. Tatu is going in. In comes Gigo from the top side, though, and Berserker is in trouble. Berserker still has no flash, but they have a backup AD carry. Dokla is here to play as Saint picks up the double. LYON win the fight here. Ayu was pushed out, but FURIA pushed for the fight regardless.
That Baron is going to do so much work for LYON. Although, Harold, yeah, Shelly's just going to say hi mid lane. It's fine. She's all good.
She's chilling. I mean, it's not the fastest Baron in the world because it is a top lane Varus. It's not on hit, but they do knock it down, and they're going to be able to defend the mid lane tower as well. They get the charge in, but it's starting to feel like Furia's time in this game.
It doesn't really matter who he's putting that speed up onto. Whether it's the Cogmore or the Varus, you're getting value.
Like I said, backup AD carry. You can't trust them to position well. That's why you bring two. And Saint going to be pushing Toots back, who is not having any fun in this matchup now. We'll see if he can try to turn it around. Stolen ulti. Big chunk of burst onto Saint. Saint trying to kite this one out, but Inspired is coming in behind him as Berserker flash away there from Saint. Nicely done. Is going to buy the time here to finish it off. It's a rampage for Saint.
Toots through out now Lion in that top side getting a bit more.
It's the gold lead in action. You can bribe minions when you got the 5K gold lead.
Just slide them €5, yeah.
Slide them a $5. Pick that Abscondum duck for me, buddy.
Yeah. What a homie. Yeah. And for a $5 as well, jeez.
Yeah. In this economy, too.
I know, yeah.
Wow. Crazy stuff. Inspired looking to try to wrap around here onto Tatu. Does have a nice sidestep there on the Sonic Wave. You can see he's just going to go in. They're just going to try to send it. Saint, though, not really in trouble, and Tatu is. IU going to have to flash away. The Sonic Wave connects, and that means he is dead, as is JoJo. Gigo arrives, but where are you going to go? It's a 1v4. He pops the ulti. He runs straight in, and he finds his way back to the grave. Toots going in. It's a triple already for Dokla. The CC is there. The safeguard is there.
He's alive!
It's another kill, and Dokla refuses to fall. Quadra for the Varus, and surely LYON just won the game.
Big Dokes has just enough left to keep himself alive. LYON are absolutely destroying Furia in this game 3.
They are crushing him, and the Nexus won't fall just yet, but it is now an 11,000 gold lead. Peel, shields, the safeguard, everything needed there, and does keep him alive. Saint going to get jumped on already, but Saint is level 16. Flash forward from Tatu. They are going to full send it. They know they need to get something done. Berserker is here on the side. The Crescent Guard going to buy a little bit of time. Berserker has that lethal tempo stack. Gigo going to look for him, but over comes Isles, over comes Inspired, and Gigo has no chance. He is down, but they shut down Saint on the other side. Now they're going to try to run for it. Chains of Corruption does connect. It's going to be stolen back by Toots. Inspired in the backline, a 3-man Wild Growth. Tatu on a Berserker, but he can't win that fight. Inspired once more, and he's going to get it. A quadra for Dokla.
Line continue to walk forward. They continue to click head. So beautiful.
It's a beautiful Wild Growth there. Nice combo from Isles, and Inspired jumped in the middle of the team. 3-man Wild Growth. It's a bounce house, very controlled, really playing kind of that style that you expect from LYON. Play the map, play towards that win condition. Isles caught out here, will get shut down. Inspired, not going to go in for it though. They will play slow. And there's nothing on the map for Furia to gain here. That's no Ghost. Don't think he has much of a chance to get out of this one, and now he gets the bad news as there's Inspired, there's Berserker, pops the ulti, tries to run for it. The Axe buying a little bit of time, but Inspired just taxis in on top of him. That ultimate has expired as has his time alive. Inspired dominating in this one, 6-1 and 9, as IU's just trying to clear the waves and buy some time. Toots is pushing for an objective bounty top, but LYON are looking to seal the deal.
Inspired still has that kick available, so one Sonic Wave, maybe the death of IU. You have to be very careful as the Furia AD carry. But LYON happy to take these structures in the face of Furia.
They absolutely are. Toots TB back to the base. There's the kick flash on IU, but it's not going to get much of anything at all. IU was able to dash back out to safety. Berserker, though, pushing up. Tatu hit low. Toots goes in, and Toots could be in some trouble trying to retreat back there. Is going to be cleansed by the Breath of Life from JoJo. Toots running. He needs to hold on. He can do it for now. The piercing arrow doesn't finish him. Saint, though, gets another man low. IU and Toots are bleeding out in the fountain. Furia's base is dying. They got to go now if it's ever going to happen. The Zonias will buy a little bit of time, but Toots is going to fall as soon as he comes out. Gigo pulls the trigger, goes for Berserker, is knocked out of the sky. Back to the grave, and they can only watch as the Nexus will surely fall. It's fish in a barrel. LYON add insult to injury. Revenge for America's Cup is oh so sweet.
Havoc across the map, especially up into those solo lanes, and really getting Bin and Knight into good positions.
Jin, the final lock for T1. They're trying to find a little bit of poke for him. Already 600 gold ahead. So we might see a battle over the Scuttle Crab.
Crab Quest is Bin is going to help it out.
Goes in, Shun lands. The smite gets level 6 off it. Has that keeper's verdict. Dredgeline still manages to knock back one, as he is able to walk away. Faker gaze out from Faker, he finds a solo kill really often at the moment. I wonder with this Yorick how much damage Doran can do to those standing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
This Shen ultimate, the first support Shen ultimate, and it just gets Carrier's flash.
Looking for the engage there. Stephos Present coming out from Shun as the TP is used by BLG. They want the fight. Owner taunted flash onto Doran as well. Owner with a cease and desist, but he's trying to get to the wall and he just can't get out. Knight claims the first kill of the tournament.
Bonus.
Let a couple more minions die to the turret. Bin stays around. And BLG.
And they should be able to set up nicely for it. On is actually getting the vision early.
Doran needs to get away from Bin, puts down the Dark Possession. Bin flashes over it and doesn't have to fear a tower. Doran with the flash away, but Bin looking for those final auto attacks. Won't be able to find him. Morning Mist puts the ghouls on him. 6 it, there's the curtain. Calls has been locked up against the wall.
I mean, every time you see him on screen, he's poisoned and he's running for his life. Pulling him back to Fountain means he's going to remain level 6 for quite a while.
Deadly Flash lands onto Ornison, dashes away from it. I think part of it as well is like T1 aren't over-investing in some of this chip damage as Knight comes in. There's the Stand United and onto Doran. A 2v1
They need Knight to be very strong, and he is going to be. So let's make that time count on the map, and they certainly
Pretty
do.
Much in the balance this game. 1,000 lead for BLG as they look for Doran once again. The slam doesn't land him against the wall, but the keeper's verdict locks him up, and with the gravity well down, there is no escape. Last rites for a bit of healing. Might be able to escape in the end. Knight takes the kill and then tries to get out, but the cease and desist in the dredge line, and it's time to Peyz the Piper. He comes across the wall. They weren't able to get much on the top side of the map while that was happening. They do still have about 1,000 gold lead, but once again, it's
get very, very big in a minute and a half because Baron arriving at 20 minutes and we're fighting already.
Carrier going in for the hook on there with the Taunt Petrifying Gaze coming out as well as Carrier tries to escape as Shun slams him against the wall with that heroic charge, and now the teeth taken out of the attack from T1.
Who's the Stand United, so the shield there won't be available for this, and there, yeah, I mean, you run in there, you get some vision, but they're going to still lose the objective.
Doran pushing up, looking for the tower. There's the Drake to T1. Is only the second of the game for either team, so not too impactful yet as the Riptail finds its way around, but the Stephos Presence is going to get the knockdown onto Carrier. Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Owner with a good cease and desist. He's going to try and get across the wall as T1. All hail the retreat, but Carrier has other ideas. He goes all guns blazing forward, but can't find a CC chain for the rest of T1 to react.
Oh yeah, he makes the definitely scary here. Again, they have so much range, so much poke with the Jace and the Ziggs available. But
Good
Faker!
catch on the side from Faker. Shun knocks him back with the keeper's verdict. The curtains open! And Peyz bends the... BLG are TPing in here. It's going to be Viper and Knight, but that Baron's already down to 3k. Owner with the smite. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down, but Owner lands the smite. On looking for a flank position, a 4v5 for BLG. And they as now, because of this, Bin has to step back. T1 will take a tier 2 in the top side. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it is Faker who has jumped on. Petrifying Gaze is dodged by Knight, but Faker with the flash. Knight flashes over. He's going to get hooked for it. The Arcane Storm doing a lot of work with the curtain calls coming out as well. And on, trying to block the shots. This time, Knight doesn't fall. And T1 lose their mid lane and lose their talisman and lose any chance to push further with this Baron buff.
I mean, that is critical. Yeah, putting a stop to the pushing here. BLG, I mean, On just gets his revenge on Faker finally.
Just back away. Peyz does heal up a ton though as Shun looks for the engage down towards the bottom side. Good keeper's verdict. Owner down, Jungler down, and Doran on the wrong side of dodge. BLG begin to collapse onto him and there's no escape. Buried in a grave that he has dug as BLG find 2, unable to dash away from Peyz. T1 still eyeing up a fight, but now it looks like they've decided mid lane their priority instead.
Yeah, BLG were more cohesive there, grouped together, ready for the play at the Tribe Rush. While T1 were split, they had Doran on bottom wave still and Faker in mid wave. So
Peyz,
another good play for BLG.
Oh, the taunt doesn't land it because of that. Peyz is able to walk away. Did still have cleanse. Dredge on going in, depth charge onto the backline as well. On takes a big chunk out of Peyz, but now he's got no bullets left in his gun, and Shun looks to chase him down. Rocket belt forward from Knight won't be enough. Peyz, only 2 left in the magazine. Won't be able to defend against 3 of BLG. Reloads, takes a second, looks to see if his team will back him up. And in the end, the minion wave doesn't die quickly enough for the satchel charge not to do its work.
And he did just get his actualizer for the Cassiopeia. So, yeah, you're looking for a Miasma
Oh,
follow-up.
goes in, slammed against the wall. Miasma down as well. That's Faker and Oda try and dash forward, knock up onto On and Shun, but look at the health bars. It is not T1 who are winning. Ona dives onto the back line and dives forward. Doran tries to jump in. A meat shield is all he can be, and a satchel charge will be his epitaph as Doran falls to Viper. Carrier chased out by Shun towards the top side, slammed into the wall and slammed into the grave. BLG find 3 and T1 have no purchase on this game. A deadly flourish will land the one-to-one as Faker finds the Miasma to answer with one of their own.
Can Faker and Peyz create something here? 2v4 at the Baron.
The curtains open. What do we see? Fourth shot loaded in the chamber. Bin down from it. BLG 5,000 on the Baron. They'll stick on it for now. The satchel charge trying to keep Faker at bay. 3K now for the Baron. As Shun is just looking for that smite, should be able to secure it, will get it. Now in the back of the pit, Steadfast Presence lands the slam, but the cleanse away from Peyz means that he'll escape. BLG want to live with this Baron to fight another day.
Peyz!
But Peyz has other plans! Knight tries to trade back onto him, and the Arcane Storm will find one. Faker needs to run away from it as well. Knight low on mana, Petrifying Gaze will find him, and Knight is going to fall. T1 somehow, from somewhere, from the depths of
Us and BLG have position on this dragon. They want to get to Soul Point.
Peyz a long way away. Deadly Flourish coming out won't land. I think BLG will just back away before the fight. The mid lane push though for T1. They can try and take that tier 2 down. Get a little bit of gold back in their pockets. Basically at this point the gold is even. 1,000 here, 1,000 there. Nothing too substantial. Verdict, in fact, that is the state of affairs as the Drake is already down to 2K. Keeper's Verdict doesn't land. Carrier tries to dive onto the back line. Mega Inferno Bomb keeps Peyz and Ona out of the fight, and Carrier is going to fall. He distracted BLG, but with it he will sacrifice his life. Baron now the next objective. Big wave in the top lane as well, pinned by BLG. That's the inhibitor tower down just to the minions.
Super blast guns instead. Does not want that heat. Carrier was still respawning, and now the teleport from BLG behind.
Shouldn't get caught out though. Look at the damage coming out from Peyz to the floor shot. Bin does have the flank as Faker is caught out by Knight towards the top side of the fight. Arcane Storm down on the Faker Sarah shield, enough to keep him alive. Ona having to flash away from the Super Mega Inferno Bomb as Carrier rejoins the fight on the top side. Faker forced away, curtains open. Knight keeps Doran at bay, but it looks like all of T1 have managed to extricate themselves from a very already. Only 40 seconds before it is back up for T1.
Whoa, Peyz!
Flash toward the satchel onto Peyz, tried to get him back, maybe in front of him, not going to find him as well. They'll look for Carrier as well as Bin steps up, Deadly Flourish lands the root, curtains open, and who is going home? On almost taking out the Guardian Angel onto Ona as he dives onto the backline. Miasma down again onto Shun, but the heroic charge finds Ona in the dark possession, locked in the cage. Shun, another Deadly Flourish, Doran finds the kill, both junglers down, as BLG and T1 continue to land haymakers.
Burning it.
As you say, Shun not there yet, and BLG a little slow to the play. The Mega Inferno is going to do a lot of damage, but there's the Baron already over to T1. BLG will look for the fight afterwards. Can they find anything? Can they find a crack in the armor of T1 who are grouped up? Faker starting his recall. Deadly Flourish doesn't land. The Maiden doing a bit of work.
Careful.
Verdict doesn't land on 21 as Shun and Knight caught out. Cease and desist onto Knight. He's isolated. But Ona not with his team towards the top side. On and Bin are down, and Faker finds the double flash away from Shun. But the curtains are closed on BLG, and Doran is slamming the door in their face. Knight take a knee because T1 are here for your lives.
T1 burned the Baron, and they turn for the fight. Clean ace for the world champions. They're going to be able to run straight to the base medic. It's already open in the top lane. They've got the Baron buff, and the base doesn't stand a chance.
In every single fight you see T1, they step forward, Carrier and Ona go in, you think they're in the belly of the beast, but T1 have claws, they rip their way out, and in what is only game 1 of this best of 5, T1 will play.
Really, really good. If you have all these people diving in onto you, honestly, I think they should continue to lock it. There we go. Knight's Swain here locked in, and it's in a really...
little bit overextended. The Zoner is looking for a gank. Doran down to 400 HP though. Bin continues to trade onto him. Bin not quite yet level 6, only has half the level to go as he flashes away from the Tempest Cripple. Tries to turn back onto Doran, slice and dice, but flash away from the T1 top. And now Ona and Doran can just pinch a movement here onto Bin. No escape for the Croc.
Join the fight, and T1 can burn.
Actually, a really nice timer call there from T1. The topside scuttle was just coming up, and Jun went across for it as the magical journey comes in. Good double cosmic binding. Peyz needs to back up his teammates. The hero's entrance coming out from Faker, but with a demonic ascension, Knight begins to go big. Faker will be able to execution. When that dominus begins to expire, there's a possibility he'll go for the players. On is ignited and flashes away. Peyz having to block for carrier. Vision of Empire doesn't find its mark. Viper still looking for a little bit more damage here, but even with the magical journey into the corner of the pack, the movement speed, carrier flashes, tries to dash back, but Shun with a perfect flash.
Swain also running over.
There's 4 members of T1 on the top side of the map right now. It's the next wave they're playing for. Carrier, in fact, dives in before it, and with a killer instinct, Peyz will take the kill. Carrier dies. Doran almost goes down as the Vision of Empire. So important, as you say, the Riot's first item here. They're trying to put Bin in the trash, and they're doing it over and over again. Carrier goes in. Bin with a big call to Meek. TP out from Knight seems to be enough for T1 as Bin looks for a bit more engage. On has the Temper Fate. Faker comes across to try and help out. There's 3 on top. Shun was able to take a tower. There's the Temper Fate, lands on 2. On looking for the Cosmic Binding, gets it just in time, but the cleanse away from Peyz is enough. And the safeguard out from Ona. True Shot Barrage, flash away from the public execution from Viper. It's Faker, just runs away, but Doran finds it with a flash repudiation. The Hound's pursuit onto Doran should be enough to secure the 1-for-1. Meanwhile, on the top side, T1 are able to extract themselves from what could have been a losing fight.
Right now, Peyz was a pretty tall mountain in the previous game as Carrier goes in.
Exec automation onto On. On able to magical journey across, but Ona looking for the chase. Flash away by the Bard. Mystic shot from Viper is hitting, but the never move
Dragon now too. Looks like BLG make the call. Yeah, we don't want to fight into it, so they're going to look to just keep pushing mid lane. The On ultimate also going into the dirt again.
Difficult to hit when you are looking for it from such long range. Well, no, because I think I have the opposite idea about the Swain. I feel like later on in the game he gets tankier and it's harder to burst him down. And so the Swain excites me more the game goes on, the more even it is. Swain becomes stronger as Knight with the Demon Flare. He's going to jump onto Doran, he flashes away, tries to dive onto On with the public execution, but Shun on a rampage now on this Nefarious, but we've been anticipating for 20 minutes. We haven't seen the wombo combo yet. Yeah. And so we're just
teleport though,
getting to that position where we wonder whether T1 will find the engage that they really want. Faker goes in with the Justice Punch and Magical Journey to get them away, but Ben now isolated from his team, even with a TP in, the slice and dice won't get him out of a Hexag Ultimatum. Knight, double never move, a demonic ascension, and Knight, the demon of T1's nightmares. The dive in with the Hound's pursuit. Knight flashes, Carrier down, a 3-man route. Nevermore, nevermore, as Knight gets the
Told you. He's able to get the Herald on bottom side too. They delete the tower. And they go for the flash, and he gets another triple pull.
On the safeguard coming in as well as Peyz tries to trade with Viper, gets the shutdown, but now Knight is just too strong for Peyz. Death's hand reaches out and takes Peyz to the afterlife.
Golden left hand of the LPL finds another, and they're also going to take the towers afterwards. BLG destroying the map after all of these team fights. This is often too why people in the past a lot pick the Kai'Sa into Ezreal for this exact
public execution. Temper Fate coming down to try and save Bin, but it's only On and Bin on this portion of the map right now, and Bin has turned into shoes. That Grog is done. A Hexag Ultimatum says On, die or don't.
And then they can
goes down, and as you say, now the Baron for T1.
Yeah, they can use his own magical journey to get to the Baron even quicker. Carrier looks for Shun.
How do you get into this fight? You have no flash on the Swain. Knight will need to walk straight through the gaping maw of T1. The taunt on Shun flashes away. Faker in with the Justice Punch. The Baron resetting. Hero's entrance to try and get Faker away. Knight beginning to step forward and Peyz in the middle of the meat grinder. Knight finds one, the second to bleed from Shun.
Knight, the king of the LPL, and they're going to be able. Okay, they can't get to the teleport in time, but they stop the bear.
Sublime.
I mean, if he steals this,
Viper's going to jump
no
onto
way.
him on there as well. True Shot Barrage comes out, vision from On, Cosmic Binding lands the stun, Baron down to 5k. Owner more interested in keeping himself alive than taking the Baron now, as Viper dashes in once again, and that's another over to BLG. They'll secure the Baron. Carrier with 2 towers there to protect him in the top. Invested on the top side, looking to catch out Bin.
yeah, and you know, they're and giving hope to BLG, to the LPL. He's leading them once again, 6-0-5 on this Swain.
And now for T1, they look to their only gold lead, Doran. An Isle of Triumph in a sea of defeat in terms of those gold advantages. Knight is 3k ahead. T1 exchanging their top lane inhib for a mid lane tier 1 and a bot lane tier 2. The problem is BLG can continue to push forward. Bin could try and stop the backs. True Shot Barrage came out from Viper to try and catch Peyz before he could finish that recall, but they do manage to do so.
But they're just going to see this tower for sure, waiting for Doran to finish up the recall and then be able to kite it back out. But Knight is not flinching. He is not hitting that button early. Faker now under attack.
Flash, Cosmic Binding doesn't land onto Faker, just gets a slow from the auto attack. True Shot Barrage is going to go in as well as Owner, the new target, safeguards to Faker. The taunt comes out, Shun dodges it, Dragon's Rage for the kick back with the Tempered Fate. Locked in a T1 tomb. Faker taken out by BL.
Definitely cannot ever get too calm versus
Faker,
T1.
the universal taunt as a magical journey comes in from On. BLG TPing Knight in. Faker tries to escape, but a good Cosmic Binding. The Hound's pursued on Carrier, but Shun takes him out as well. BLG decisive on the top side of the map. They have super minions on their way. Doran having to recall from the bot lane to try and join up with the only 2 remaining members of his team. Bin is pushing through mid, BLG distracting, now TPing in. Bin looking for the end with the rest of BLG. Sub 30 minutes, they're trying to take out T1 and even out the score. Doran goes in, stunned up, locked up. Demonic Ascension from Knight underneath the Nexus Towers, and the Demon Flare will be another public execution. Only the execution of T1. BLG even us up as we've got a series on our hands.
Oh, Knight ascends all right. Him and Shun both popping off, baby. Okay, Leona point and click. That is pretty good. The Solar Flare is very good answer to Vel'Koz's ulti.
You have a lot of CC from the side of T1, and then you have a lot of damage for level up. It's an extra 100 health for him. Shun looking for the invade down towards the red side. Owner looking towards the mid lane, trying to bail out Faker. Molten Shield, the overload enough. And Knight can now walk towards his jungler, just steps away. Owner rooted still. The monkey checking on. In that battle, the monkey beats out the cow. On stays around because Shun is in the area. Flash in, looking for Faker. Molten Shield heal for the movement speed. Knight here with level 6. Shun coming in from the side as well, and Faker has no way out. Knight secures his second.
A BLG classic. Shun and On link up. They play around Knight. They go mid lane. Stage of the game approaching fairly quickly. Almost at the 10-minute mark as BLG had a very strong
here or there. For T1, sometimes their laning phases can look like this as well. Can struggle as the Solar Flare comes into the mid lane, but this is what they're so good at doing, is making plays and finding picks, and Peyz picks it up.
Follow up the CC, they get the kill, but now he's under attack. Look at the mini-map here. Shun's going for it.
Looking for the damage here onto Faker. Supreme Display of Talent doesn't get the CC, but On is there to close it out. As Faker spotted on vision. Shun is here as well. No Supreme Display of Talent for the Kiana. Is Owner just out of vision right now? TP in, BLG look for the engage. Unbreakable Will popped on the Alistair. Grim Deliverance coming out from Doran as he tries to dash away. Owner here for the fray, but look at the damage coming out from that Vel'Koz. Shun takes one, and BLG just able to walk out with a single kill.
Interesting, yeah. They do have Viper teleporter all the way up here.
If you're their second of the game, and T1 just waiting to find a way that they can use this wombo combo. It feels difficult for them overall, Kobe, to actually find a way to make their call. It's what we thought would happen, right? Coming into this series, the expectation was as Knight flashes in with the Rune Prison, gets pulled back with the Dreaded Return, tries to get out with the Realm Warp, but Knight just ints it under the tower. Shun with the Supreme Display of Talent will stop Owner, but with the clone and the flash and the Cyclone, Shun with a good audacity across the wall manages to escape. On with a knockback onto Carrier. Zenith Blade just whistles behind his back.
Owner sees Doran getting the solo, and he's like getting real hypey with it himself too. Even though Keanu has the extra jump and is able to escape. But yeah, Knight tries to make the
still
play.
3.6k ahead, and as you say, it's still going to be difficult in the side lanes. When your hope is, hey, maybe Knight flashes under my tower and tries to kill me when he doesn't need to, that's not the biggest hope, in all honesty. That's relegated to a side lane to try and pick up any gold that he can off the map. We'll be able to take down that tier 1 in the top side.
Yep, they're just building towards their big moments. Either Dragon Soul fight or some Baron shenanigans, perhaps. Maybe a little circus around the Baron.
I mean, that's a T1 special, isn't it? Doran now needs to get out. Oriate Rush, look for gold, looking for an escape, but Knight and Bin are just too big. Grim Deliverance gets in with the Dawning Shadow, gets the Cultivation of War, that passive just in time to be resurrected.
They're going to start DPSing this dragon, get it low. Shun could look for a steal. They're going to teleport in.
TP from Bin. Shun trying to get across the wall, will manage to do so. Knight now has that flank position. Carrier stepping forward, onto On, the stun onto Knight. Bin tries to jump onto the back line, and the Drake is secured. It's sold for BLG. Meanwhile, in the middle of the fight, Grim Deliverance coming out from Doran. The Dawning Shadow this time, not as much. His friend doesn't give him a massive shield. T1 forced back, and the size of the wallets for BLG will just force a T1 out of the fight. A soul in the MasterCard priceless. Let's go again. Round 2, this time at the Baron buff. T1, this is so often their playground, but 5k down, it's difficult to find a way into the fight. The Mega Blast going for Ono, as you say. No Cyclone, no ultimates. Tibbers up in 2 seconds time. Bin keeps Ono at bay. Faker trying to step forward, has the flash, has the Tibbers. Does he have a way in? Supreme Display of Talent, and the Baron going over to BLG. Ono already dead. Faker trying to step forward, but even with Tibbers by his side, all he gets is a hug good night as his screen fades to grey. And the rest of T1 will join him in the Death Chamber. Route onto Peyz. Knight still chasing. Doran with a good pull back will slow up Shun, and Peyz may be able to walk away. BLG still on the chase. On goes on to Doran. Knight will follow suit. There's the Rune Prison. The disintegration ray burns through T1's hopes. Only Peyz left alive.
And this game of the series has been all BLG. Pressure from the very beginning, and they're not even done.
Peyz pays the price as Shun finds another, and as you said, after game 2, it is not only Knight and Bin who are stepping up. Shun is having an incredible series. It will be the inhibitor in the mid lane. 28 minutes in, the respawns coming out mean that no one has been able to stand up to that challenge. And BLG, although it was a slower early game, they eked out leads. Grim Deliverance being used by Doran in the picture-in-picture as the Lifeform disintegration ray comes out. BLG able to force Doran away. Another ultimate down for T1. The inhibitor down in the mid lane for the next 3.5 minutes. This Red Bull Baron power play may just be a game-ending push. BLG with 3 towards this top side. Zun going towards mid, and Knight pushing through mid lane. The waves are pushing in, and Bin has TP. Triple TPs, remember, for BLG. Knight's currently on cooldown.
And look at the supers. The supers are going to be on your Nexus tower, so BLG are playing with them. They're trying to keep him here.
Counter-strike from Bin. Doran counters it by walking away. Annie's the one to answer. That's Faker in the base. Peyz trying to push out the bot side. Shun clears out the far side alteration. No tools really available for T1 to check this easily anymore. And there's the second far side alteration. Now no tools, unless they have a third, which is possible.
The Vel'Koz poke is really annoying too. You know, props to Viper, even though the spotlight was on the solo lanes.
Oh, Doran slowed. Counter-strike in. Supreme Display of Talent, Grim Deliverance. Well used. Doran with a good knock-up. On's going to distract the rest of T1 towards the side, though. Solar Flare lands on tonight. The Realm Warp's not going to get them out, and there's the Cyclone on the back line. Peyz trying to come in. Shun forced away, but Ona's already dead, and I'm afraid BLG have just bought too much grace through this early game. 12k buys you a lot of mistakes, and this time they will not make more. Faker and Peyz forced back to the base, and Bin wants a little bit more piece of this action. Flashes forward, has the stopwatch still. The Chemtech Drake helping him as he's on low HP. Only Peyz and Faker left to defend, but it looks like BLG will come up trumps in this game. So long T1 have been the perennial boogeymen of the LPL. Today, BLG tried to prove that wrong. Faker down. The Nexus Tower's next, as Peyz once again the last man standing for T1, and BLG bear him no mind as they go to match.
Kaiser.
Nah, it's going to be when it has to be, right?
I mean, this is what he's been playing more in solo queue for his solo queue account, so Gwen did get those nice little buffs back up to try and get her.
See if perhaps he can skewer on as that spider steps forward. Bone skewer in, repel up from on, and they turn on to Peyz immediately. Flash across the wall from Viper. Peyz just can't escape. It's all gone pear-shaped for T1 in the box. Of course, if there's a little bit more CC there, then it becomes harder to get your rebuttal down in time. As Bin has hit level 6, has that needle work and begins to snip his way through Doran. Does have the Intofos, but look at the damage from the 1,000 cuts. Bin with the needlework, and Doran, well, it's just sewed up in the top lane. Bailing you out,
He's
dude.
still
Like,
bottom.
yeah,
he was hovering last time for the whole play, and then does the grump and comes on back.
The question is, can T1 get enough of an advantage over here? There's the cocoon with the repel, and there's some great damage from Peyz as T1 are able to lock up that Elise. It's the issue if that initial bit of CC doesn't hit and you repel up. Oh, great flash as well with the Phantom Undertow and the Ghostwater dive. The flash EQ combo as well from Ona. A moment ago I asked, can T1...
They're able to answer this one, and then Carrier's like, all right, waiting. Cooldowns are ready. Where's his angle? There he goes in, flashes to make sure the stun hits, can pull him back, and then even though Peyz, Viper's able to, wait a second.
Oh, Cataclysm in from Ona. Goes for the dive as well with Phantom Undertow from Carrier. Peyz on a killing spree. Meanwhile, Ona falling low, gets taken out by the weirding. Knight needs to run, and T1 are on the chase.
He's trying to get over to Bin, but I don't know. Carrier and Doran trying to close the door here. Bin wants to get those minions into the tower to allow Knight an area to walk out.
Shun is level 6 as well. This is dangerous for Carrier. Knight tries to go between worlds across the veil, dashes away. There's the weirding as well for the damage, and Knight can just gold lead for Peyz after he died at level 1 before minions had even crashed in the wave. Carrier and Ona spending so much time down here, really helping out on trying to step forward. Do they know Carrier's here? Solar Snare comes out as the tower, the Drake goes over to Ona. Flash away from on. Carrier now running with that Ghostwater dive, heals up. Knight looking for top lane as Doran his target. Shun is here as well. Doran's got to do a lot of work to survive through this one. Shun with the Ishtar's impact across the wall. They'll put down the Hallowed Mist and impale onto Doran, and enough needles to send him back to the fountain. Meanwhile, on the bot side, On and Viper now need to decide, do you stick or do you run away? Do you stay or do you live to fight another day? As good damage from the Spider then, Cataclysm onto the backline. Viper able to walk away from the flag and drag combo with a TP coming in. Solar Snare only finds one Peyz. Down to about half HP, good rebuttal on Ignited. And Knight just here to save him. Golden
try and use that replenishing shield over and over. Carrier!
It looks for it onto Viper. Death from below. Carrier finds him.
First, tower's gonna go down in favor of Bin. That is first tower bonus for him. Mid lane though.
Flag and drag in from Ona. Cataclysm down. On goes into the sky. Shun with a good Ishtar's impact on Carrier is still going to get rooted up. And now that Skarner has no place to go. Peyz with a double. T1 have come to life. You know, because a pike can get quite close to you before they use the bone skewer. A Jarvan can Cataclysm on top of you, and then you haven't got your skip and slash, and you're not skipping nor your slash.
It's always so hard because you kind of have to like play an in. And wait a second, how long are they going to go for this? Carrier's on the way.
As is Peyz. Bin only has the plate of steel caps, now with TP in from T1, they are collapsing on the top side, and Bin might be done. Good flash, but the flash and Topos brings him back, and they bury him in the lane where he had such dominance.
To try and keep him in check, he's not quite at his 2 items yet, because he upgraded his boots and he gets hooked in again!
Bin locked up, and where can you go? X marks the spot. T1, they changed the battlefield to top lane. They said Bin is the only one ahead. Let's make it not so much longer. As Doran comes in and steal any of that away. Maybe took the grump, didn't quite see. You can see the... And he's just... You don't need to be gold rich as a Cassante.
Support items, those things are made so cheap. Bin under attack again.
And the dash away. Faker holding that second Spirit Rush. They'll jump in for Bin. Hallowed Mist dodges the charm, locked against the wall though, and this is without Peyz even here. The Fed carry for T1 is not needed to take down the Fed carry for BLG.
And I mean, yeah, they don't even have a tower up there anymore. Yes, BLG do technically get to push mid, but...
Phantom Undertow. So Ghostwater dive in from Carrier as Peyz is already killed off on. Ishtar's impact will get the knock back So they look for the Phantom Overtow, but can't quite land it. But there's the Solar Snare, and Shun allergic to the sunlight. A golden eclipse as Keria finds another. Viper trying to walk away, but a flag and a drag will pull him 6 feet under. T1 are dominating alongside it. And with Keria on this bike, I would be very...
Faker constantly popping out from the jungle. Deathcap also just completed for Peyz, so he's got massive 3-item power spike damage. He's coming from the base right now. The lead for T1 right now is just basically at the breaking point. One more thing, and it's just going to be overwhelming.
Battle Herald comes down from Ona as they look for the charge towards the bottom side. Bin dashes to the side of the bone skewer, but still that charge is going to come in. Bin going forward,
here though.
Onto him. Shun looking for the Ishtar's impact onto Peyz, who rocket belts away. Ona trying to protect his Bin, dives towards the bottom side to the death from below, and now Peyz with the Cataclysm there can just rain down solar damage from this Mel. It is easy enough for T1. Peyz, legendary, an ace in the hole, blocked by Faker. Ona looking to try and turn off on. But in the end, the mid lane push is all that T1 need.
It looks like it is going to be the clap back. T1 with that one, they just blow it out of the water. 8,000 the gold lead. Should be
8,500 gold lead when this Baron falls. And for BLG, I mean, combined, that this game has gone so pear-shaped for BLG. Looks like an engage onto Ona. There's the weirding, there's the ace in the hole, there's the impale, and there's the kill. A shutdown going.
With the extra gold, he hasn't gone back to spend it yet, of course. And T1 still have such a massive gold lead, but teleport from BLG. They want to make the play.
Shun goes in, a great bone skewer from Keria to push Shun out of the wall. Knight coming in with the weirding onto Peyz as well, who tries to rocket belt away. Meanwhile, Doran's trading with Bin. Peyz getting chased down. A golden eclipse will make it a 1-for-1. Keria with the Phantom Undertow will go in and they'll take out Bin. Now a 3v3. Faker with the Spirit Rush forward, looking for a little bit more as On and Viper are on the retreat. The charm doesn't connect as they turn it around now. Viper doesn't have a huge amount of damage in his backpack, but he can still chip away at T1's health bars. The stun from Keria with the flash, and they'll manage to catch out On. Viper now needs to step up for BLG, but in the end, just a 1-for-1 between the supports.
Oh my goodness, BLG, they wanted to take their tool to check. Shun's going to try and face check, but even that is a little dangerous. They're trying to take down the controller. He does get one of them. Doran comes over to lend to his help as well.
Doesn't land the hook onto On, who flashes, gets the cocoon immediately onto Peyz, but the follow-up just isn't quite there. Great impale. Peyz is down. BLG find life from nothing. They find blood from a stone as Peyz goes down, and now T1 all hail the retreat. The cocoon again onto Keria. Build over Peacemaker there for the follow-up, but Baron now in BLG's eyes.
What an incredible play from On and Shun. They find the pressure onto Peyz, and now BLG, they're trying to make more.
Cocoon wide from On, goes in with the repel. Faker in with a charm, looking for the damage onto Shun, takes him down to half. Keria low as well, Ona at a third. BLG, it could be the one moment you really have an advantage in this game. Another charm from Faker lands onto Knight, who jumps away across the veil, tries to hide in the darkness of his jungle, but T1 able to stop BLG's Baron advance, and because of that, can turn their attention straight towards it.
And Peyz is about to get up.
Yeah, Doran's just making sure they don't get the resets.
He has teleport. Peyz is about to get up and he has teleport, so he's going to teleport over to the Baron. That's going to be T1's now.
It took so much from BLG, a great flash cocoon from On to find Peyz. But when you are this far behind, you have to capitalize, and T1 will not let you do that. You do not.
They did their best. Nice pick from them on the key player. However,
Faker, hallowed miss, charm goes wide as the skip and slash comes out from Bin. Doran with a good path maker though will lock him up. At the moment, for T1 in the middle of the pit, but they're just going to step forward and get vision themselves.
Faker rotating
still not here, does have the TP, Elder down to 10k. Faker on vision, BLG trying to step forward, but Ono and Doran are just too tanky. Faker with the Spirit Rush can go across the wall, good double impale, but that's on the tanks, the Cataclysm going in. Ono almost falling, Knight down already though as Peyz finds it. T1 eating them alive in the river. You will take this series out of their cold, dead hands. T1 take us to 5.
What an epic series here. They're going to even it up. It will be 2-2. T1 at the Elder Dragon. They take the team fight, and they're going to push for the Nexus.
BLG fought valiantly, but in the end, T1's early game, the pressure they enacted through the bot lane was enough to keep BLG at bay. When these two teams meet, we are always guaranteed a banger. And this time it is no different. Bring on Silver Scrapes.
Oh my.
Is this Kindred? So often seen as just a facilitator, he can take over a game, as we've already seen in this series with the Kiana, with the Neferi, and there is the Yanara locked in for T1.
All right, should finish up on that Dragon 2 with their priority in both mid lane and... See about this invade though, because Owner is here with ult.
Jumps onto Shun. Dance of arrows, the impale, the pillar not stopping it. We'll see the Lamb's Respite coming out as well. There's the encore as BLG one more out of the fight. Shun takes his fourth mark as well. You've got the Lamb's Respite in that situation. Owner perhaps thinking, if I flash chomp immediately, Shun won't have the time to use that Kindred ultimate, but Shun is so experienced on this pick as Peyz and Carrier alongside Owner come across to try and contest the grubs. One taken, secured by On. And it looks like BLG will give up the ghost of the rest of them.
If you theoretically, you know, Doran, Gnar, you can try and like push people lead back, but otherwise, Shun's doing a very good job increasing this gold lead, taking away camps, and Faker under attack.
The encore onto Faker, unleash power from Knight, makes Faker take.
They push them off and they secure their Dragon Soul point. On again has been, wait a second, Knight does hit the stun here onto Faker, and
Faker looking to try to trade back. Doran's on his way across, but Faker losing out on the 1v1. Unleash power, serves the shield enough. Faker dashes away from the Dark Sphere. Faker with the seismic shove! Take a...
No flash now on the Talia. And let's see, T1 is at the beginning.
Peyz turning back onto On, dashing forward into Viper as well. There's the encore, cleanses away. Carrier caught out with though as Shun steps forward. Viper able to take the kill. A little bit over.
They pick up right where they left off. Teleport in from Knight. They use the Herald to
again, they extend that gold lead to about 2.5k. Manages to survive, and now T1 is finding their mark as much as they'd like. No bullseyes yet for BL. You see no one on the map wherever T1 is. 22 minutes. Obviously they're going for the Baron. There's a whole shot out as well.
Burn, burn, burn! Faker builds a wall!
Down the Weaver's wall. BLG trying to climb over it. 5,000 on the Baron. The equalizer down the knockup, as well as Owner falls lower. Scatter the weak. Encore! Do you want more? BLG won it, and Shun secures it! A scatter the weak into an encore combo! They put them into a sister lead. There will be an inhibitor tower in the mid lane. The Baron remains. This Red Bull Baron power play will continue for the next...
Now BLG can take so much off the map, and feels like with that play, they are moments away.
Yeah, you can see Shun as well at 7 marks. BLG unwilling to give it to them. Weaver's wall in from Faker. Saves the tower for now, but those cannon minions are going to do enough work to take it down. Faker now isolated.
It's a cannon.
It's the last 10 seconds of the Baron buff. Owner goes in with the Impale. Encore lands onto Owner. Subjugate comes out. Doran looking to build up that Mega Barber with the Equalizer. He might die before he can even go into his Mega form. A dance of arrows and a dance of death out from Shun. As T1 are relegated to defending only their Nexus tower. Has been pushing in. They have no top laner. Can T1 do it? Can they find a way to get back in this game? Because right now BLG aren't giving them an inch and they need a mile. BLG here. I thought it was T1's home turf here in LYON, but BLG are claiming a small strip of soil on that stage. MSI is where they belong. This is their home ground, and T1 cannot stop their advances. The Lamb's Respite out from Shun just keeps him alive. T1 trying to get through it, but Peyz is down, Own is down, T1 is down, and BLG will claim the victory.